After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Sound Art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be such an interesting event because, as you mentioned, the GT cars, the GT1s that we are featuring here tonight, have not yet raced here. But I mean, these drivers are going to be faced with the challenge, so this is going to be a first, I guess, for the viewers, for us as well. I have never seen a GT1 car race around here, and it'll be interesting to know. It's going to be a challenge. Obviously, we know how powerful these cars are, how difficult sometimes they are to drive in a track like this. Even though it's simple, it's very unforgiving. Exactly, these two cars obviously we touched upon quite a lot on the past two races, but it's going to be interesting to see which one is going to prevail around this. Obviously, having more power, more horsepower may prevail, but having less weight, having a larger wheelbase might help as well. So it could be again a spanner in the mix. You know, we might see a different grid, and we just have to wait and see which car features best on qualifying on one lap pace, and which car features best on a long run. Yes. Industry. What is it? Well, looking at the grid here tonight, we're going to have Andrea Locking, the number 23 in first place. Brendan Cocker in the 777 second place. In third place, we're going to have Steve Singer in the number 6 and number 14 of Rice Clayton. Looks like we have cut off a bit, but as you can see, it's quite a short grid from what we're used to. And, well, the quick pace lap obviously not helping a lot of these drivers out, having a lot of time to obviously practice and getting those nerves down after, well, a quick qualifying session, especially on a track like this. Sometimes you do need quite a bit of extra time to essentially, you know, get your nerves down, get ready for the race. Obviously, quite a long race on a short track means a lot of laps, so a lot of opportunities for mistakes. And, well, looks like we're going to be heading shortly onto the green flag as the pace car is going to be running off the final corner. All drivers bunching up together. The pace car lights are off. They're heading to the main straight. It's going to be pulling up quickly into the pit lane. The leader is going to be dictating the pace as we're looking to get the green lights out. And this car, the Superior Class Auto Racing, is green at Lime Rock. As the whole grid lines up on the exit of the first sector, looks like we do have no spins. No, looks like everybody made it through, which is really surprising. The lead still remains unchanged. Looks like everybody's filing into single line. Now it's going to be a question of who's going to be brave to essentially force a move down into someone's the leader. There's already creating a big gap. Looks like everybody's creating a big gap, as we do have, looks like 1, 2, 3 Aston Martins in the top 3 positions. Looks like the drivers are just as I mentioned, that looks like we have a car spun around, 2 cars spun around on the exit of the final corner. We're gonna have to wait and see who that is. One car is absolutely destroyed. That's gonna be the number 2 of Thomas McMullen. So unfortunately for him, a terrible start. Carson Conway again, another victim on the number 72, as we do have, looks like 2 extra cars spun around on the exit of turn 2. Quite a lot of things happening. Looks like Locke might be one of them. Yes, the number 23, Andrew Locke, is going to be one of them. And Hewitt might as well. I'm not quite sure. We're going to have confirmation on that shortly as well. The first lap almost got away cleanly, but we do have quite a few cars now with big mistakes. That Corvette is absolutely destroyed. Looks like it's Hewitt, so we do have a full course caution here right now at the Superior Class Auto Racing at Lime Rock. That number 33 again absolutely destroyed, as the number 2 still did not tow. Is trying his best essentially to make it to the pits without towing. As you can see, the car is absolutely not turning at all. And well, I mean, what a chaotic first lap. And well, with that, we're going to be we're going to be going to the commercial. We're going to be thanking the people who are, allows us to do this while we are on the full course caution.
Sound Art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it Sound Art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound Art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Sound Art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
All right, very odd, very unprecedented issue here. Bike failure at the start of the race, at the start of the broadcast here, JP, but I think we're finally set up for the most part, and we are back green flag racing. Finally, everybody's hearing my voice. That was not at all how that was supposed to go for the start of the broadcast, but things. Brandon Cocker, he fresh off of a win out at Barber, not quite into the top 10 of points yet, JP, but looking like he will be after this race. Already moving up, Cole Ainsley, he's got problems, left-hander.
Yeah, just as we came back, looks like another few drivers, another couple of drivers having problems. We saw how chaotic the start of the race is, actually the start of the broadcast, we can kind of say. But yeah, as you mentioned, Brian Cocker came out of a dominant win last time around at Barber, if I'm not mistaken, the name of the track. He came out in an absolutely amazing win, ran out in second place, kind of trailing Steve Singer, you know, just 1.2 seconds behind. Might just be biding his time. But, you know, this is going to be a good race between those two. If he can keep the momentum that he had next week, well, we're going to have an interesting end. There we go. Fast lap of the race. This is going to get good.
Trying to look at there at the top of the show was the standings. And this is how they come in. Andrew Locke leading the way, 7 points over Mark Truxell. Mark Truxell in a lot of spots up. Last time out of Barber 2 weeks ago, so you can kind of see where things stand coming into this one. Will Hewitt, Jeff Napier right at that cutoff at the top 10. 3 points ahead of Brandon Cocker. So Cocker made a lot of inroads into everybody's leads over him since he missed that first race at Daytona. So you can kind of see where things lie and where Cocker is, and all of this comes in now. A second back currently of race leader, Steve Singer. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how you bet against the 777 to win this race.
I guess his best bet, I mean, the best bet for the driver ahead of him is, well, the track itself. You can really defend if you go down, if you stay on the inside of turn one, essentially. You can see here, it's kind of difficult to hang around the outside. Obviously, you can try to make that work, but it's really, really difficult to try and make a move work, especially in those first two corners. So if Singer can, you know, cover that line, he might be okay. And obviously, you cannot make mistakes. I mean, like the number two. Unfortunately, the number two looks like made another mistake. Unfortunately for McMullen, doesn't look like it's his race. We saw how his car was at the end of lap 1. He tried to make it back to the pits, couldn't really. But yeah, it's just an unforgiving track. As Truxell here is chasing, looks like it's Locke right ahead of him. Less than a second between those two. If this was Formula 1, they would have the DRS open. But I mean, who knows how valuable would it be on a small track like this one.
That's what we were trying to talk about, start of the show, right? How short this place is and how rapid fire each and every corner of lap is. I'm Brock Hart. Fastest lap ever here, a 40.1 seconds, that's it. Get around this place, that was in 1993. But things have changed since then, and that was really just a car to go out there and hunt lap times, right? These cars, they get close, running 48s today. That's still pretty quick, but not quite the fastest ever lap times. These are some of the fastest GT cars ever in the world, you know, ever to lap the planet, but not quite to those. You can see the weather, 80 degrees in the air, rather warm, especially this time of year. Up in Connecticut, it would be a whole lot cooler. We're actually racing in Lakeview, Connecticut tonight. The field getting relatively spread out throughout the stretch of the course, but Brandon Cocker didn't get that memo. He is right on. Steve Singer down to turn 1. He takes a look to the inside, but stays back ultimately.
Yeah, he has to. 35 minutes to go. I don't think he'll really go for a dive at this point in time. You know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But you know, that's the mindset that we have. That's the mindset that the Singer might have. You know, it's 35 minutes. There's no way he's gonna go for a move down the inside of turn 1, and that's the surprise factor that, you know, a Cocker might have. You know, just go down the inside, surprise him, trying to get that move work, trying to get in his head to make it work, because the gap was 2 seconds, 1.2. Now it's down to 3/10. So the pace is there. Now the question is, can he find a rhythm to essentially make the move? It's going to be down here on the exit of the final corner, just line Singer up properly and trying to make it work down into turn 1.
And something we talked about, or we have talked about so far this season at Daytona, Barber, wherever, is Carson Conway has a problem. Looks like Carson Conway may have just crashed his car. But the difference between these two cars, the Aston Martin has a longer wheelbase. It helps it kind of stable around the track, whereas, of course, Corvette is different in that. Oddly enough, the Corvette is just a little bit shorter, tends to hook around the corners a bit more. The Aston Martins might actually be a bit more well fit to get around this racetrack in a safely manner. There you can see Carson Conway's pit lane, and he has definitely had a.
Yeah, it's fortunate for him the second crash of the day, so that might be the terminal one. Obviously, we saw him spinning around the final corner, and we're gonna try to take a look to see what happened to him prior to essentially his towing back to the pit lane. Is that turn 2, turn 3? Looks like it might just be.
Carson Conway, yeah, this is gone in the lap. Sector, this is out of turn number 1, Big Bend. Locks up there, just off the racetrack and into those tire barriers on the far side. And just a classic way to miss turn 1, I suppose. Things are changing, however, throughout the course of the field. It looks like Jesse King has just had a problem as our top 2 are going to start to battle.
It's gonna get interesting with the top 2. I mean, still closer, less than a tenth. So the move might be made around this. Number 6, is he gonna cover down the inside lane? He won't. So the 777 will go down the inside unless Singer has some other ideas, like holding around the outside. Don't get into the grass. Oh, they're gonna come so close together. They don't touch somehow. Singer still has the inside line. The 777 tries to get the over another. He hits. Well, there's contact, but somehow both of them keep pointing in the right direction.
Brennan Cocker was not initially trying to pass in turn 1. He showed his nose, yes, but he was trying to force the mistake. And instead, Singer covered the outside and left just enough room. Cocker ended up filling that hole throughout Big Bend. Eventually decided to try and take the shot, right? Had something through turn 2, and then they were side by side to the left-hander. The right-hander made some contact there, and now you can see the damaged nose on that Aston Martin. I'm not so sure if Brennan Cocker's going to be back to Steve Singer like he did that time through front-end downforce.
Yeah, 100% is going to be losing some time. I'm not quite sure how much damage Singer's car has. Might not be nearly as much as Cocker's, because that is a big dent, isn't it, Andrew? That's definitely going to be costing him at least a few tenths. As you can see, the gap is up to 0.5 of a second from essentially 1.5 the previous last 2 laps, I guess. And so that front end is definitely damaged. It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to be doing with that. You know, just attacking once again. The gap is down to 3.5 tenths. I mean, looks like it's not phasing him.
While these guys go at it, further back, Brian Rose and Vincent Short are starting to mix things up. This is down the no-name straight. This will be down into the uphills, up the uphill here. Chicane, and Brian Rose is putting the pressure on Vincent Short. 7th position, and Block has just gone off track. It looks like a couple of drivers pushing track limits right now. And interestingly enough, Cody Harger, one of them, looks like he's just had a moment. And that car is a little dented up for sure.
Yeah, that Aston Martin with the modern F1 livery, the rear wing, as you can see, is very damaged.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's how easy it is to make a small mistake. As soon as you dip a wheel into the grass, you know, if it's turned in, your car just won't stick. You just go straight on. If it's like that, you know, under braking, your car is just going to spin out. So drivers really have to be very, very careful as we're on board with Marco Truck. So trying to chase down Will Hewitt, you know, just 0.9 of a second, 0.1 of a second. This could be an interesting view to take a look. Looks like it's an Aston Martin chasing a Corvette, so we can see the strengths and weaknesses of each car.
As that was happening, here we go. Another maybe look to the inside. I mean, Brandon Cocker right now is playing with his food, right? He's got Steve Singer where he wants him. That's one race. Clayton, and there we go. And gets right back to him. At some point, this might open things. Oh, no!
Oh, there we go.
Saves it.
Yeah, somehow he saves it. I was totally expecting to see that car going to the Armco barrier. Somehow it keeps pointing in the right direction. I'm not pretty sure if that touch had anything to do with it. But, well, that's a small mistake, and that's how easy it is. The number 6 loses the P1, the first position. As you can see, going down the inside, the 777 tries to put the nose, just like he did the last time around, Andrew. Trying to force a mistake.
Yeah, just look side pressuring Singer, and well, it gets to Steve Singer eventually. Maybe not where he'd intended to. Out of the right-hander, that's the left-hander. A little bit of nose to bumper contact. Out of the right-hander, however, Steve Singer just tracks a little too far over, gets into the grass. A great job though to lock up, and I don't know that it was intentional. He might want to claim it was intentional to swing it back onto the speedway like that, but that is an advantage to being able to just lock up all tires. As sometimes you can save yourself.
Yeah, 100%. That's sometimes the ABS where it doesn't really help those racing drivers. Luckily for him, not having ABS really helped his car around. Unfortunately, that mistake is going to be losing him first position on the racetrack. Now he's going to be trying to chase down the 777. but with the pace that Brian Cocker showed, that might be an impossible task.
Meanwhile, further back, looks like Brandon's 8 and Locke challenging for third. He's Clayton. Dean is starting to feel some pressure here. Again, Andrew Locke has been all up and down the order so far today. Let's see. He started first on pole. We didn't quite get to go through the grid. A whole slew of issues for us, just like these drivers those opening laps, and Andrew Locke is having to battle back his low already in this race. Only a little over 15%.
Yeah, well, definitely a hectic race for him. Luckily for him, he managed to claw it back. If he put it on pole, he definitely has the pace to get up there. But obviously, he has to first pass Clayton right ahead of him. And, well, Cocker showed how difficult he can be as a number 89. Brian Rose unfortunately makes a mistake. Looks like on the final corner, his car is going to be going down to the pit lane. Wow, that car is very, very damaged.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the suspension is absolutely busted, looks like. And, well, struggling to make the pit entry. Luckily for him, they do allow fast repairs, if I'm not mistaken. Andrew only one, if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to be burning through that really easy. As you can see, just is he going to be dipping a wheel into the grass?
Out of the final corner. Out of the downhill. Oh, he got the curbing. Usually you do end up running off and spinning home. Hit to the guardrail on that tire stack. But this time he gets up on the curbing, gets the car unsettled. It's an unorthodox way to crash there. Gotta admit.
Yeah, 100%. I was not expecting that one, and he got the crash in the worst angle possible, right on the junction between the arm coat and the tire barrier. As looks like we're gonna take another replay at that instant. You can see the number 89 just going up the hill, trying, just keep it on the racing line. He doesn't use a lot of this curb somehow, just using the exit curb a little bit. He gets a safe barrier between safe distance, and because he just hops on the curb, looks like just maybe like a sausage curb or something, and then just, wow, yeah, not just the suspension, the whole front end of the car is gone.
Jesse King has just had a slight issue. The car is clean. Join live with the number 25, Jesse King. The car is clean, but has lost a position and tripped the timing and scoring, saying he had a crash, but the car looks okay. In the 8th position behind Vincent Short by 10 seconds or so. Battle up front though for third that we had briefly mentioned here. Reese Clayton and Andrew Locke, it's starting to get going. The battle for third might be.
It'll definitely be something. Obviously, as we mentioned, Locke had the pole position, so if he can convert that one lap pace into the race pace, he's going to be in a golden position. He just has to apply pressure to Clayton and hope that he makes a mistake. Obviously, it might be difficult, but he's getting closer. He's getting closer. Oh, is that Singer?
That was not Singer. That was Rose. Brian Rose trying to come up the hill.
Well, yeah, looks like Brian, his race got turned on its head, and unfortunately for him, it did not get any better after the pit stop.
Don't worry though, I had the same kind of moment, like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that have changed this race?
100%. I mean, that would have been. I'm not quite sure the term is, but it would definitely be a massive surprise to see P2 just losing it on the fast chicanes. But yeah, the number 89 trying to get back on pace. Obviously, it's very difficult to get back on pace, especially after a crash. Your confidence, it hurts a little bit. Obviously, you need some laps to get it back on pace. So as soon as he finds his rhythm once again, he might just be back on pace, just enough to try and catch up to the guys ahead of him.
Here we go, this battle still tightening up. The 14 and the 23. West Bend. And we've got a caution. Halfway break, I think.
Yeah, the second full course caution of the race looks like. So it's going to be bunching up everybody together. This is going to make the race a lot interesting if some of the drivers can get a good restart, as the number 5 looks like takes a small detour up the hill. He's not going to be taking the chicane. So, well, this is going to become very, very interesting. Is anyone going to dive into the pits, I wonder?
Yeah, the layup pit strategy kind of surprised. All for a caution flag under count. Kind of get to a certain amount of single car incidents. Might be a issue for Mark Truxell, number 5. It's going to be uphill this time, so we've had a lot of drivers all over the race. I don't know one common area, the drivers have had a problem, but it will be uphill.
So this might be one of the heaviest braking zones on the circuit. Does he get into the grass? No, he does not. Does he use... Oh, he just locks up. Oh, that's kind...
Trickiest.
Yeah, 100%. So easy to lock up. So easy to make a mistake. If you get one of those sausages, Andrew, some of these cars might be done.
Yeah, certainly break some suspension hit the sausage curve, right? Caution is out, and you can see no pit stops from the top two. Reese Clayton going to be the first one to come in and make a stop. Actually, no, Singer is in, but Cocker stayed out in another lap car with him. So most of the field comes in, but our leader does not. Everybody else, in fact, is.
It's going to be interesting to see how it will play out on the next lap. I'm pretty sure the 777 will be forced to come down into pit lane after seeing literally everybody. This looks like a Lewis Hamilton in Hungary, doesn't it?
I'm going to be entirely honest with you, JP. Tonight's just not been my day. I was looking over, it got a message from Trey Shuttlesworth. I'm going to be honest, no clue the question you asked me, but I can tell these guys are going for tires. We'll hew it up on the jacks. Looks like Harger may have gotten away without taking tires. He does have a shorter stop. Yeah, certainly. I think Hewitt, Truxell, Short, King, those are all 4-tire stops. Jesse King a little bit. RIS Engineering.Inc. machine. I'm very surprised at the call not go for caution flag. See, we'll have this. They stay green the entire race. They have no need for tires. But when you have a caution flag, you're going to get punched back up. Why not take tires? Yeah, you'll be on cold tires for a lap or so. But the short-term benefit after that first or second lap, oh man, I mean, it's huge. Especially when you're locking up so much, shredding those front tires, really use the new rubber. And it looks like now Brandon Cocker might cover up the pit stops from those.
Yeah, but it's going to be an absolute loss. He's going to be going from first all the way down to last. And yeah, it's going to be a huge hit for him. And I don't know what happened that he didn't come into the pits. I'm not pretty sure, Andrew. Is there anything to do with the pit entry being closed at the time? And just as he passed, it may be open. As you can see, we do have another driver following him in. Is that Singer?
That is Steve Singer again.
Yeah, I saw he didn't completely repair the car. So why is he jumping back into the pit lane?
Especially for tires. Russ took, maybe just kind of botched up his actual. I don't think Brandon took tires. I did not see him up on jacks.
It's an interesting situation that just developed. I mean, I don't completely understand the point of both of them. Obviously, I mean, this 777 was obliged essentially to make a pit, but I don't understand why Steve Singer. It's just crazy. I mean, at least we're gonna have a battle between those two fighting through the grid, and I'm all up for it.
Now, Brandon Cocker, one of the grid engineering drivers, better road drivers in. Befuddled. I think maybe just trying to trust the hot tires over the cold tires, and I think he's shown he's got the ability to drive by these guys. I don't want to put anybody down too badly, but he is in a world of his own, quite honestly. How this restart goes. Reese Clayton is your race leader. Andrew Lockie. I keep saying, the guy, Sheldon Lockie, the North Guy Racing Series. It's Andrew Locke in second place. Cody Harger in third. Green flag on the way. One more time from Lime Rock. Quickly, some contact off of the green. One car off. That's Harger. Hard in the wall, it looks like.
Oh, looks like he just avoided major contact with the wall, as they do have, looks like, is that, no, I'm not quite sure, one of those grid engineering cars try to make a move on the 77, it looks like, but didn't quite make it work, as we do have, oh, he's going to be going down the inside. Oh, that's a 777, already making moves, already up to third position.
Wow. Where did he restart? 8th, 9th?
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, no way, that's him.
We'll have to go back and watch that restart one more time. The rest of the field getting on through. Cody Harger has stopped and towed to the pit lane. everybody else working on down the San Posey Straight now. As flashing lights there from Brandon Cocker. We'll let one more lap come on through, and then we've got to go back and look at that restart. What in the heck just happened?
I'm not quite sure, but I definitely want to take a look at the replay as Brian Cocker now is going to have a direct fight with his teammate, Andrew Locke. That's going to be interesting to see how those two battle out with essentially less than 19 minutes to go as they're both chasing down Clayton, who's doing a fantastic race, by the way. P1, the number 14 driver. I mean, if he can keep this up, he can soak up all the pressure, he might be in a golden position to win the race.
Brand new to the series. Well, this is a start. Added him onto the roster today. And good to see him having a pretty good start to things. Brother is not as good of a day. Vincent Short with a problem, but he gets back going. And most of the rest of the field is rather close together. Here we go. This is a good look at them. Nose to tail. Will Hewitt, Mark Truxell, Steve Singer, Jesse King all in a line. There, Truxell lets Singer go on by.
Yeah, Singer, Truxell probably looking at the long-term picture with, I mean, over 15 minutes to go. Just letting him by, choosing his own battles. We say that, Andrew, all the time, but it's definitely something that needs to be said. Sometimes it's the smart strategy.
Take a look back here. Brandon Cocker on this lining up. Let's count the cars. 1, 5. He's restarting 8th it looks. He's back there. He's warming the tires. Yeah, he's lining up 8th. Get by so many. I mean, 5 cars and a couple of... Let's see what happens here from his perspective. Dagger to the inside. He's trying to play the restart game. Now, NASCAR, that restart would not stand with the lane change. Here in road racing, that should stand, but may have jumped a little bit, and that's what happened with Hewitt and Harger. Harger off the course and has to get back going. And then this is an insane move into the uphill for Brandon Cocker to get by Will Hewitt. This move upcoming is insane.
That's the benefit, I guess, of having warmer tires, is because he just lines up the 33 so well. He allows the 33 to go in the racing line. He just at the last minute switches it up, goes deep under brakes, and somehow still makes the corner. That's brave.
Want some more drama here, JP?
I definitely do. Throw me at it.
Well, we're just going to go back and watch what just happened. I saw it come through on the incident report screen. This is for the lead moments ago while checking out the replay of the restart. All 3 of these guys, Reese Clayton, Andrew Locke, and Brandon Cocker, are going to have a big problem.
Well, I'm just going to be interesting. Wow, looks like Clayton's still up ahead on the, well, still in P1 as the 2 grid engineering cars are just behind. As you can see, we're going to have the onboard view of the 777 and what's going to happen. Well, Andrew, now you got my heart racing. I'm interested to see what's happening. Is it going to be a down on braking zone? Looks like it is a small contact. The 14, the 23, the 777. Whoa!
Wow! How do you call that one?
Oh, that's a mess. That's what it is. I'm not quite sure what happened. That's going to be that's a cascade effect. The 14 just got touched, missed a corner. And then, I mean, the 777 kind of ran his teammate over, I guess.
It says another look at things. And we'll revisit the battle that has just gone on. I mean, this is insane stuff from each of these guys. So Reese is going to miss the corner. He gets moved through the corner. Andrew Locke drove him through the corner. Then he rejoins. Locke checks up. That's where Cocker turns Locke around. And if you rejoin live, well, even a few moments ago, a pass was just made. Initially, you were right, JP. Reese Clayton had hung on to the race lead, but this happened again moments ago.
Oh, it's going to get interesting. Does the 14 make a mistake on his own? He has a bit of damage on that rear end that doesn't look quite flat. Please don't tell me he gets on the curb. So he's going to come down in the last corner. He just misses a bit of the apex. Now the 777 is going to make a move down the inside. He's lining him up. Is he going to be going for a brave move? He's waiting for the defense from the 14. Doesn't throw. Just goes down the inside. Can he make his stick?
Oh, so close to contact. They might have rubbed door mirrors for a moment, but Reese gives that spot up, and eventually Cocker is able to finally pull away, and that's that. That is the pass done and made. Since then, he started to open up a gap. Now there's some contact. We're going to join a fantastic battle between Will Hewitt and Steve Singer. This is finally back live.
And this is going to be for P3, so a podium position after all that happened. Steve Singer now finally gets back on his rhythm. Two Corvettes are going to be going side by side. That's going to be Hewitt and King. They're just going to be drag racing. Hewitt has the benefit of the slipstream, but King got a better exit. He's going to have the inside line. He's going to have the preferred line. Hewitt kind of just has to yield at that point, doesn't he?
Yeah, Hewitt gives that spot up. Good heads-up driving there. He's got to sit back and kind of regroup. Get back after the number 25, but that might not be happening. Now, we've seen a lot of racing at Lime Rock throughout the course history, right? This track opened up in 1907, but I don't think I've ever seen night racing at Lime Rock like we're about to see. Here we go. The sun gone, clouds overhead, and lights are on. It is getting nice and dark at Lime Park, Lakeville, Connecticut. It's a second and a half lead for Brandon Cocker out front, then another 2 seconds back to Steve Singer. He's Clayton's in the middle. Oh, Jesse King! Dirt tracking out of the final corner. He's fourth over Bill Hewitt.
That was close. That was really, really close. Hewitt is still in 5th place, as you mentioned. Truxell's kind of behind him, kind of hanging back just a little bit. Then we have a massive gap to Locke. And Andrew, reviewing the exit, I'm pretty sure I kind of got why Cocker kind of ran over his teammate. I'm pretty sure Locke was trying to let Clayton back through after that small contact, and unfortunately for him, his teammate wasn't really ready.
Yeah, it checked Andrew up. Unfortunately, Brandon's position, can't see that car trying to rejoin the race surface. Don't know how to lift right. Well, but Andrew Locke is still in the race. He's now 7th position, little ways back, in fact, 5 seconds behind Mark Truxell. The next car up the road is going to not be back. No, that might be Brian Rose Ainsley. Car directly. Really no battles. Track that the want to be Will Hewitt and Jesse King, and these guys are 8/10 apart.
It got quite close as the 86 now makes a small mistake as Mexico Ainsley. Unfortunately for him, 2 laps down at this moment in time, not having the best race. So Corvettes looks like they're struggling a bit more than Aston Martins on this race, so might not be the best track for them. But I mean, Steve Singers in a Corvette is doing P3, so luckily for him, I mean, he hasn't had the best of luck as well, did he? So might not be the greatest race for the Corvette this week on the Superior class.
In Aston.
Oh, so yeah, so my point kind of stands here. I mean, that's unfortunate even for the Astons. Looks like we're gonna have a 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Yeah, only 4th place for Corvette.
Yeah, the Aston Martins have won each race. I think that, unless the top 3 wipe each other out again. The fact that we even had that once race is already. I don't think Brandon Cocker should be podium. And the Aston Martins in far and away the best car. That said, the road course development series, auto racing league as a whole, and they run NASCAR Cup Series races, NASCAR Cup Series style races on Tuesday evenings. In fact, we had coverage of that series. They run on Tuesdays now, so they have their ovals. That's still their primary focus, but they're racing now on Sunday evening. Get these guys a little more, have a road and under the SCAR kind of lineup and stable. So we don't expect all of those same guys that are, let's be honest, they're oval guys, they're more familiar with Chevy, they're going to opt for Chevrolet Corvette. We don't expect them to be right up to speed just yet. We expect the road guys to take over this series. On being, and Steve Singer is trying to take over 2nd place from Clayton.
Yeah, he's getting quite close. He really has the pace to. I'm pretty sure if he can get past it, we might have a battle for the lead once again. He just has to line up Clayton quite well. He's really close on the final corner. Oh, he's just gonna miss that one, so he's gonna have to wait quite a bit of time. So sometimes patience, well, it just runs out a bit. He got a bit too excited in the final corner. He's gonna be losing touch. He tries to point the car down the inside. That's a move sometimes you do try to get the attention of the car ahead. Not close enough, but well, that's gonna get heavy in Clayton's head.
Kind of surprised by that entirely on. But hey, he could do gonna be to the uphill. In this trouble spot be well just that. So in this corner. That time nice and clean for the top 3 to continue on through. As got a problem for another driver in the field. Somebody we just seen with a problem. Looks like the same corner left-hander. Problem for
Well, Code, I mean, he's just not having the best of race. So, unfortunately for him, just going from bad towards this track is absolutely unforgiving. Might be one of the hardest track we've been to. As does Steve Singer go down the inside, he tried to. Well, that could have ended very, very badly.
It's the battle for second place. Steve Singer is working to set up this second place Reese Clayton. And I think he's going to have him by the end of this race, but there is no way unless Brandon Conker's really laying back. Oh my goodness,
Oh.
the send! Steve Singer, are you crazy? He's got the spot, gets on by the number 14 of Reese Clayton. Ow!
Well, the answer to that question, is he crazy? Yes, he is. That was an absolutely mad dive. Pretty sure they made contact on the second part of that chicane, but he made it work. He got through Clayton, and now he has only one car to chase.
I think his brazenness has kind of shot him in the foot a little bit. He was within 2 seconds, in fact, down to a second and a half behind Brandon Conker. That whole fury, whatever you want to call that, in turn 5, last lap through, has ruined that. An extra second now that our race leader has over Steve Singer. Can he drive up there? I think Brandon's just saving right now.
Yeah, but it looks like he might have. Look at the gap just coming down
Brandon's
corner
saving.
after corner. Yeah, he might be saving for the battle, might be smart, but he cannot afford to just lose a lot of pace all of a sudden. You know, if he allows Singer to get through, to get close, he might just do that, but the gap now increases again to 1.9. But still, he's lapping faster.
5 gap. Singer to Brandon Conker, 1.8 seconds. But 2 laps ago, less than that. Not even 2 laps ago. So Steve Singer had a great opportunity. I think if he had just been a little more patient, they were had a real shot at Brandon Conker already. And when you're talking about a guy like Brandon Conker, even if he is just saving right now and allowing Steve to get close, you've got to give yourself the most amount of time as possible to try and work around this guy. So Steve Singer, I think, is going to learn from that one, be a little patient next time.
Yeah, exactly. As you mentioned, it might be the best strategy. Obviously, when you're talking about winner, all or nothing, that might be the only option. As Will Hewitt unfortunately makes a mistake. He was running, quite well close to the other guys. He's going to be dropping all the way down to 6th place. Oh, the 777 comes down into the lane. Is that why he was slowing down? Just trying. Did he run out of fuel?
Maybe he may have been short on fuel.
That's why the gap was dropping so much, trying to save fuel. Unfortunately for him, running on the final 5 minutes, 6 minutes of the race.
I don't have words, JP. I don't have words.
Me neither.
Is there a full moon out? I mean, what is this race?
This might be the first time, I guess, we were both speechless on PitStop TV. He just absolutely, had no words for this.
Taking tires.
He's going to be dropping to last place of those lead runners. He might go a lap down, judging by how fast the lap is. Yeah, he's going a lap down. Wow, from his, from top and running first place, and then out of the sudden you're in 8th place, a lap down. He's still there.
Not normal. Not playing. A lot of times, right? You're honest. Guys are racing on it. It's a little deeper than that, but when you down, there's still real life that happens over. Any number of things could have happened there. It could be to put a kid to bed, have you, or I don't know, right? Any one of those things, any number of things. Well, we do parked and still is not moving. A couple of battles for the back of the field, though. Mark Truxell, company from and Andrew Locke, both as we get into the final laps at Lime Rock Park.
It's going to be a great battle to look at. Andrew Locke obviously trying to make things work, trying to come back to the race, as Will Hewitt, well, he's trying to mow some lawn. Looks like that Corvette just getting stuck within it. And well, Will Hewitt trying to get back into that 4th position, trying to get back from Mark's truck. So he's in an Aston Martin sandwich. That's an Aston to a Corvette to another Aston. So quite interesting to see how everything will play out in this final 5 minutes.
Will Hewitt just had that problem shortly ago. In fact, Andrew Locke has also had a recent issue on the racetrack that he's lost a lot of time, and Locke looks up the inside into the chicane. Thankfully, it's back for now. But Truxell's got to like what he sees in his rearview, right? Sure, he sees 2 pairs of lights. He also sees those 2 pairs of lights getting rather frantic and making mistakes. There you go, Will Hewitt flying through West Bend.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pair of headlights that made a mistake was him. He looks like he's not close enough to be under pressure from Locke right behind him, but, well, if he keeps making, both of them keep making these positions, I'm pretty sure the one that's going to be thinking is going to be Mark Truxell. Just running off, trying to stick with his 4th place at the moment. It seems under threat, but, I mean, if those 2 keep making small mistakes like this, it's sooner than later, the race is going to end.
Jesse King is pretty waiting up front for a spot as here we go. Andrew Locke up the inside into the chicane, trying to get by Will Hewitt. Hewitt turns him.
Oh!
Contact. Wow.
That was Hewitt was absolutely not giving up whatsoever, and that's gonna be, that's not gonna be it for Locke. But just as he was getting back on his rhythm, he gets turned. He's gonna be dropping. Well, he's not gonna be dropping in position. He's still in 6th place, but trying to make a bold move work. Hewitt was not having any of it.
And nope, we'll be taking that one back. Truxell then gets the power away, and Jesse King, who was so close to Reese Clayton, has just had a problem. I mean, he was within a second, I believe, of Reese Clayton, is now 8 seconds back. You can see some damage to the left side of the car. He's been in the fence. That mirror is just dangling.
Now this is race on the absolute end. Unfortunately for him, that's going to be a side contact. So he may have got into a barrier. Could be damaged with Clayton from all we know. But unfortunately for him, his Corvette is going to be nursing some damage on the final 2 minutes. Luckily for him, nearly 5 seconds a gap to Mark Truxell.
Yeah, plenty of time back for that last position. He'll be okay, I believe. At this point, recovery drive right, just sit back, as Will Hewitt's got a problem. He's off in the Zamposi straight. He is out of, he must have gotten crossed up. He hit the car with the left side, and here comes Andrew Locke, and he capitalized.
Yeah, he's gonna be capitalizing. I'm pretty sure Hewitt may have just gone wide like he did 2 laps ago. And well, yeah, he's gonna be trying to with 2 minutes to go. He just has to get close, because Hewitt, if he sideswope, I'm not quite sure what the correct term is. Everything, everything happened. I'm creating new words in English. If he got any damage to that car, well, he's gonna be nursing a lot of damage. He's gonna be very, very slow.
Locke has got to make a lot of inroads on that gap right now. I do want to thank JP Constant for joining me on the call tonight. This has been a fun one. I don't know what's going to happen in these last couple of minutes from the Lime Rock Park. So glad you've all joined us for what has been a wild 3rd round of car, grid, sports car championship action. Steve Singer, your leader, with 90 seconds to go in this race. We anticipate 2 laps to go, this time by the start-finish line. 2 more trips around this 1.5-mile circle. It's been a fun one. I want to thank all of our partners here at PitStop TV, Tucson Sound Art, Permanent Makeup in Cryo in Maine, Whiplash Media, BAM Racing Videos, Grid by SimLab, powering this series. It's been amazing stuff, drama through and through, and it's only getting better. Will Hewitt has got a mirror full.
Yeah, Will Hewitt with 2 laps to go. He's looking at the 23 getting closer. He knows where the 23 might make a move. They came into contact before, and there you go. He's going to be opening the second to last lap for him. As you can see, he's going very cautious on the final lap. That may have been where the damage was taken.
A half second now into turn 1 through Big Bend. Andrew Locke, I don't think he's going to be kind to Will Hewitt if he gets back to him. To the left-hander. There's 2 laps to go for these drivers. Meanwhile, our race leader will come around and collect the white flag presented by Tucson Sound Art. The final lap is underway at Lime Rock.
Just, I mean, 1.5 miles, a really short 45 seconds to go. He has just nursed that car home. 5 seconds is the gap. I mean, he has 1/9 of a track as a gap to the car behind. He really needs to take it short. As Will Hewitt, well, he's getting a mirror full. He cannot take it easy. You mentioned these guys are NASCAR guys. Can we see a bumper?
I hope so. Wouldn't that be fun? White flag is officially out now, presented by Tucson Sound Art. Last couple of opportunities here for Andrew Locke. So close into the braking zone in turn 1. Nothing just yet. Steve Singer's going to come around the final couple of corners here at Lime Rock Park, and he is going to exit. He's going to run down the Zamposi straight and collect a checkered flag. Steve Singer wins round 3.
What a chaotic race. Somehow Steve Singer came from nearly last place to win. Clayton is going to be home in second place. An absolutely amazing debut for him. Jesse King is going to be joining the podium in third place. Now the question is, where will Will Hewitt join us?
Go, final corner. Andrew Locke going to do something interesting here. He's going to sit back, try and get a run down the San Posi Straight for the final time to the line. Will Hewitt's going to take the spot, but does Andrew Locke show his frustration after the checkers? No. No.
No, that is interesting. May have just saved that. Oh, okay. Now got quite scared over that, but well, looks like is calm and composed as our number 6. Is he gonna be burning it down? Love to see a GT1 car doing donuts. We all love donuts, especially in a big, powerful V8, V12, not a V8, V12. It's gonna be interesting.
Martin certainly has a few extra cylinders down with. Besides to celebrate, he should. These guys are NASCAR guys for the most part. He should do a few donuts here at Lime Rock Park. 51 laps here tonight. We can say tonight. Usually it's an afternoon race in a room. No, not tonight. We are into the evening quite solidly, even more so than Barber a couple of weeks ago. Boy, what a race. What a day of action. What a 45 minutes for these guys in this auto race grid sports car challenge. That is a mouthful. And if you had to recap this, Steve Singer parks it in victory lane at Lime Rock, and we'll be back to you momentarily with coverage from the Lime Rock Park. Post-race coverage at Grid Sports Challenge. Don't go anywhere.
Sound Art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome back. Lime Rock Park. Quite a show, certainly. I don't know too many other ways to describe it this evening. Yeah, it was a lot that went on here at the Lime Rock Park tonight. A lot of crazy things happening. A lot of dings and dents in the doors of these cars. JP, I don't know how we're going to get to our final thoughts segment of the evening. Thankfully, we got a few moments, so maybe a few other guys that can give their opinions on the evening, because tonight was wild. First up, it is going to be race winners Steve Singer and JP. I'm going to hand him your way.
Well, Steve, I mean, what a crazy race. I mean, from our point of view, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure from your point of view, it's crazy. Somehow, you were first, you were last, you were everywhere in the grid. Talk us through it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was crazy. I think the bottom line is we had a second-place car here. I think we were second quick in practice. We were outside pole for qualifying, but I think Brandon had the EOL, so we had the advantage there. But I don't think anybody was catching Brandon today. I know what happened with him late on the race. If he ran out of fuel, didn't take enough on the pit stop, or what happened. But got the car sideways, got it off course, didn't hit anything, chasing Brandon down or trying to stay in front of Brandon. And I don't know. I didn't expect to be here. It's good to be here. We're just P1. I'll take it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you would. It was a fantastic race. It was a nice battle you had for P1. One question that we had during the caution period, during the full course caution, you came to the pits twice, didn't you? What happened?
Well, I took fuel as I had planned, and then I saw where I came out after that pit stop, and I'm like, well, it's really not going to hurt me just to try something and take tires. I didn't think I was going to catch Brandon on speed alone. I know these tires don't really fall off over the course of a 45-minute run, but figured I'd give it a shot, bolt on 4 new ones, and see what happened. It didn't seem to make much of a difference, but at the end of the day, obviously, it didn't hurt us. We're back in victory lane.
Yeah, 100%. It was quite the correct strategy. And since you made your way through the grid, you were as low as 9th at one point. You started third, you finished first. How difficult it is to overtake around here?
It's very difficult, and there's guys that are learning. Like we said, this is a learning series for everybody, and each race, everybody gets a little bit better. I don't know if anybody's even aware of it, but most of these guys are oval-based racers, so road course racing is definitely very foreign to them, but they're getting better. So even some guys in the pack that are just starting to learn and get fast and develop some pace, they were difficult to get around. Will Hewitt was tough for sure. I mean, Will has always shown a little bit of prowess on road courses. He's not, a pro or anything, but he's getting better every race, and he was very difficult to pass, I got to say. I was kind of concerned. I snuck it down low inside, I think into the chicane there, and it worked out. We got lucky. I think I did that twice. I had to get by Riz Clayton the same way. So, this is a short track of road courses for sure.
Yeah, you absolutely made some beautiful, bold moves. We were kind of shocked once we saw you, how deep you went under braking on that chicane. But, well, it made it work. You finished down on victory lane. But before I let you go, I mean, who do you have to thank for this crazy, and amazing result?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, you guys for doing the broadcast. I appreciate you helping us out. It's you guys do a great job every week. But on the car, it's Castle Products, Castle Pex Power, Castle Chemical, Holler Boys Racing TV, Popple Digital Business Card, and there's another one on there I'm forgetting. I'm going to get in trouble in my meeting now. Two Blessings Thrift Shop. There, we got it.
There we go. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure they're happy with the result. I'm happy to talk to you, and I hope we can talk to you next week.
All right, JP. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good rest of the weekend. And Andrew, that was our P1 winner. Very happy for him. And I mean, what a crazy race it is. I'm gonna hand you over to one of the guys that made his debut tonight. And I mean, what a crazy race he had as well.
Yeah, it was a wild one for Riz Clayton. First start with the series. Started 4th, finished 2nd, but it was no kinds of calm. First thing, Reese, I gotta ask you, is it Reese, Rice, Riss? I want to be clear on that.
It's Reese.
Reese?
Reese, yeah.
Gotcha, okay. I've heard it a couple of different ways. So Riz Clayton, 7-lap sled, does not tell the whole story. We saw a lot of the story, but still, there are little things that we even couldn't quite catch. What happened out there tonight?
Yeah, well, at the first pit stop there, the competition caution, I just took a splash of fuel, didn't take tyres, so I was able to jump the field. So I got to lead the field to green on that restart. And then I think not having tyres hurt a little bit, and the guys were running me down, but it looked like I was going to drop back to 4th there, but I think it was Andrew and Brandon got together behind me, so that kind of took the pressure off for a while. And then I think Jesse was coming up with about 5 laps to go, about 5 minutes to go or something like that. And it looked like he dropped off as well, so that was good.
And what did you see from your point of view going into the uphill? with only a few laps to go, and you've got Andrew Locke right behind you, Brandon Cocker behind him. You kind of missed the braking zone at first, and I mean, was there help? Did you get contact from behind? What happened and all that?
I think I was just braking a little bit earlier than them guys, and I just got a little tap from the back. And I think that might have just concertinaed them up. I did have a look at the replay. And yeah, when I've come on to rejoin, I've seen one of them spinning. I think it was Brandon having a bit of a spin there. So yeah, I think they've just checked up together and got into each other, and it was a bit chaotic.
Chaotic is certainly, I think, the theme of the evening. Brand new to the series, though. We've got a lot more races to come up. How do you feel for those 7 upcoming races to finish out this season?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I've actually never really raced this car before, but I actually quite like the car. Feels quite suits my style a bit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the races.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on a P2 tonight. Do you have any teammates? Anybody that makes things happen for you in your sim racing endeavors?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Gaming Den Esports, who is sponsored by The Cave, Wolf and Raven, Kobe at Inside Lane Productions in Toowoomba, Queensland, ST Automotive, and Rattler Motorsport.
Absolutely, Reese. Thank you so much. Once again, you got 7 laps led. You end up finishing second. A pretty solid day. Podium first time out. Go ahead.
Very happy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do, buddy. Best of luck out there next time out.
All right, thank you.
That's Reese Clayton finishing second tonight at Lime Rock Park. Jesse King, though, comes in and wraps up her podium, JP.
Oh, Jesse King, I mean, what a crazy race you kind of had as well. You were as low as 11th. You know, that's the theme we kind of got from the interviews before. I mean, some people were up and down, but somehow you still managed to finish on the podium. Talk us through your race.
A lot of my problems were self-inflicted. Just kind of overdriving the car there the first half. And once I settled in and realized, hey, if I just back up a little bit, take my time to, work through some things, I could make some moves. And then after halfway, like I say, I did settle in and was able to make my way to the front. Just pushing there with about 5 minutes left in the session, and it just lost it. I think, I probably could have got Reese there, but, things happen. I'm happy.
Yeah, we kind of saw that gap essentially disappearing, extending between those two. What exactly happened? We saw the damage in your car, the mirror essentially hanging off. What happened on that small window of time?
Coming to turn 1, Reese just got past the lap car, and I wasn't exactly sure what the lap car was going to do. I was expecting him to stay low, and he kind of ducked back to the outside, and by the time I peeked back inside to get on the brakes, I locked them up and just went along for the ride.
So unfortunately, a small incident between you, between you and a lap car, obviously, but something we kind of noticed is you're the best placing Corvette. We kind of saw a lot of mistakes from the Corvette's driver. Was the car acting up a bit weird here tonight?
I wouldn't necessarily call it weird. It did take a little bit of technique to drive. I found trying to slide the rear end was not the best thing to do early on, and I think that's what some guys were doing. So if you backed up your corners a little bit and drove it harder off, it seemed to perform a lot better.
Oh, there you go. That's an insight we kind of needed, Andrew. Obviously, as I mentioned, best placing Corvette. And I mean, as Andrew pointed out, we have still 7 rounds to go. How excited and how confident are you for the rest of the season?
Real excited, man. I've enjoyed racing with Steve, just not only here, but in a couple other situations. And I know he's got a good group of guys over there with HBR and so I'm looking forward to the rest of the year and see how things go.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to be delighted to have you back here talking to us. Well, I wish you the best for next time around. But before I let you go, who do you have to thank for?
Wife, kids for letting me do this when I want to type deal. Steve for putting this whole thing on. All the guys over at SCAR, the HBR guys, y'all are a great group to race with. Then, of course, my sponsor on the car, Carlos over at Rise. Man, I appreciate everything, bro.
Well, there you go. I'm pretty sure the happier result. You definitely made the time work. And well, happy for you being in third place, and hopefully I can talk to you next week.
Absolutely, man. Plan on it.
Well, there you go, Andrew. That was Jesse King. A happy third place finisher. Well, looks like a happy podium. You know, we're kind of used to having it, but it's always nice to mention from a hectic race, it's nice to have a happy podium.
Yeah, certainly is. With Steve Singer, Reese Clayton, and Jesse King taking those podium positions, I would hope they'd be pretty happy. Pretty solid days all around. Mark Truxell 4th, Will Hewitt 5th. Really, the story is Andrew Locke finishing 6th and Brandon Cocker finishing 9th. Way down the order, no clue still what happened to Brandon in the number 777, but I'm sure we'll find out as the weeks go on. Vincent Short takes 7th this evening, Cole Ainsley 8th, Brian Rose 10th. To round out the results here, JP, it's Cody Harder, Carson Conway, Thomas McMullen, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. once again does not make the start. I think he's around in an admin role. I've not seen him take a lap yet this season, but what a way to hold a race. That was definitely something, and I don't even know how to process it just yet. And what's even better is we're going to Mid-Ohio next.
Well, Mid-Ohio, definitely it's a longer track, might be more suitable for these cars. It's still, I mean, not going to be an easy track at all. This is just the same style as this. No, just an unforgiving, not so wide racetrack. Obviously, IndyCar races around there, but still a lot of elevation changes, kind of tricky corners. Could make for an interesting race, just like the one we had here tonight.
Well, there's a reason that in past years you've seen bump and runs in the NASCAR Xfinity Series races there. It is another short track of road courses, especially coming through the carousel to wrap up the lap at Mid-Ohio. It opens things up to some interesting moves, and GT1 cars there, I don't think we'll see bump and runs necessarily, but certainly some close side-by-side racing, nose-to-tail racing, and the opportunity for many, many mistakes. Before we go to Watkins Glen, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, Circuit Jules Villeneuve, Autodromo Nacional Monza, WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, and Sonoma Raceway. Plethora of tracks making up the rest of the season. A lot of racing left to go here for the SCAR Grid Sports Car Championship. JP, final thoughts here from Lime Rock Park.
A fantastic race, fantastic show these guys brought us, because you know, it's a difficult car to drive. It's a difficult track to drive, especially on cars like this. So having a great show, having people, you know, overtaking left, right, and center, and just, you know, people trying to make moves. Obviously, mistakes happen. It's just a fantastic race. Kind of really surprised by it in the good way. And well, cannot wait for next time around at Mid-Ohio.
Big thank you to everybody chiming in over on Facebook. I saw a lot of you guys out there throughout the course of the evening, and a big thank you to everybody for sticking around through those issues there at the start of things. It was just one of those days. Full moon, overcast day, overcast evening, night even at Lime Rock Park. It was wild, to say the least, from more than one perspective. Upcoming broadcasts here at PitStop TV, there are not as many of them as usual. One this week, just one the rest of this week. It's tomorrow night for the BRP iRacing Series at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Also race number 3 for them, just like tonight. Race number 3 for SCAR. So, hey, very early in the season for the BRP guys as well, before we back them up a week later at Weed Sport Speedway. So, 2 back-to-back races for them on the channel, but separated by a week. Yeah, we're off for Thanksgiving, so we will not have any racing action. However, JP, there's a lot of social media content that we've got planned for the rest of this week that, while, I mean, maybe there's a little less racing action, there's still a lot to keep up with on social media. Where can these guys follow?
Well, you definitely have to follow us on social media to get live coverage of the races, amazing pictures, and as Andrew mentioned, some insights of cars, all that sort of stuff, the vehicles that we race, the tracks that we race. But you can follow us at facebook.com/PitStopTV, at twitter.com/PitStopTV_, Instagram.com/Pit_Stop_TV, and obviously on YouTube, our live coverage at youtube.com/PitStopTV1 for live coverage, and obviously those amazing contents that we try to bring you guys each and every single day.
It was electric. It was chaotic. It was all over the place. It was wild today at Lime Rock Park. So glad you joined us for it. So glad that we were able to bring you this coverage, even if, again, at the start there we had a couple of issues. So glad we're just able to bring you this coverage every time these guys have a race. For everybody here at PitStop TV, again, this evening it was myself and JP Costa on the call, but guys like Trey Shuttlesworth, guys like Emerson Arden, Eric Brennan, Joe Donahue, and so many more here at PitStop TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next time. Have a great night, and if we do not call race for you, I guess if you don't hear our voices before Thanksgiving, have a very, very happy Thanksgiving, a safe week in general, and especially if you're going to go shop, a very, very safe Black Friday. Everybody, be safe, have a great time. We'll see you next time out.